Shirley Brown Chenault, class of 1986. Shirley Brown Chenault played basketball and volleyball while at Bridgewater College as one of the top volleyball players in ODAC, Old Dominion Athletic Conference. She was named to the All-ODAC volleyball first team in 1984 and 1985. And the 1984 Bridgewater team finished second in the ODAC volleyball tournament. In 1985, the Eagles won the ODAC regular season title and finished runner-up for the second straight year at the conference tournament. She finished her career with 802 assists. At the time of her graduation, she ranked #1 on the Eagles' all-time assist list. Shirley was also a solid 4-year player on the basketball court. She finished her playing career with 756 points and 217 assists. Following graduation, she taught at Fauquier County High School before moving to Broadway High School, where she was a teacher and coach for nearly 2 decades. Shirley is escorted by Holly Morgan, a senior family and consumer science major and women's basketball player from Stanton, Virginia. Holly will now present Shirley Brown Chenault.
Mr. Ferguson, it is my honor to present Shirley Brown Chenault for induction into the Bridgewater College Athletic Hall of Fame.
And it's my pleasure to officially induct Shirley Brown Chenault, class of 1975, into the Bridgewater College Athletic Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Holly, would you unveil the plaque, please? Okay, Shirley.
Wow. This is what I'm calling my BC blessing. This is really an honor, but it's a real tribute to a lot of people's devotion, loyalty, love, and leadership that happened to come into my life at the right times. I'm truly honored to share this first with my parents. My mother passed away a number of years ago, but my father is here tonight. And without their ability to pay for my education here at Bridgewater, I would not have been able to attend. The financial sacrifice that they made for me to come and have a college education was a significant sacrifice for my family. I was thanking my mother and father a few years ago, and when I was talking about it, the only comment I got was, just make sure you do the same. And I'll tell my children, Callie and Trevor, that that's the tribute that I will try to pass on from them with that particular sacrifice that they made. Their work ethic has always been an inspiration to me. They were always hard workers. Their love and their support, even when they needed to kick me in the seat of the pants occasionally. I faintly recall my mother one time, after not getting such stellar grades, of talking about whether or not it would be my last semester at Bridgewater. I quickly changed my ways, and I was crushed at her disappointment in me, as well as I had fallen in love with everything about Bridgewater. And so I definitely did not want to have to give up all of those things. My sisters, I have 2. One, Judy, is here with me tonight. My other one is living in Florida, so she could not attend, have always been there with their support unconditionally for me. My family, Doug, and then my children, Callie and Trevor, who I adore and are very happy to be able to share this experience with, and for them to finally get to meet a lot of my BC family and the things that we were able to share when I was here. My first blessing actually starts at Broadway High School. And these people probably don't even remember this, but I haven't forgotten it. Susan Darrow was my basketball coach and softball coach, and Susan Bilheimer was a leader of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Both of these guys came into my life at the right time, and they were bringing the BC experience with them. They invited me to games. They constantly talked up Miss Heichman, Miss Mapp, and it actually brought me to Bridgewater College. I know that a lot of times they were frustrated with some of the stuff at Broadway, and I know they thought that we were gobblers. We're quite a challenge sometimes, but I just wanted to let them know that the example that they set made a difference, and I did listen. After arriving here, I really had no plans to play any college sports. I kind of felt my playing days were past. And then I go to the freshman orientation, and there is this smiling, bubbling girl from Northern Virginia by the name of Wendy Farrell. And all Wendy could do once she found out that I played volleyball was keep asking me to play volleyball. Didn't quite sure why, but the next thing I know, I went to practice. That then led to Miss Heichman. Miss Heichman then led to Miss Mapp. Miss Mapp then led to basketball. And needless to say, the tribute of all those people coming into my life at the right time has put me up here. And it's been a true blessing for a lot of the lessons that I've been able to carry on in my teaching and coaching. Throughout the time here, we always had plenty of things to do and plenty of things to try to stay out of. But over the 4 years, I met some great people in my life. My suite mates who are here tonight, Kathy Ferrate, Linda Miller. My roommate, Crystal, was unable to attend tonight. Needless to say, I was not always the early bird of getting things done. And I can remember the times when Kathy was helping me type my papers. She was bailing me out, literally. Then at the times that Linda, we'd make those trips into Harrisonburg, particularly Jesse's, to go eat, after some of those all-nighters of me trying to finish my papers. And last, probably the best thing that they did is occasionally they were giving me that honest answer, even when I didn't want to hear it, but definitely needed to. But the whole athletic experience really changed a lot of things for me. My teammates, some of them who are here tonight, I really feel that the value of being on that team setting has changed my life in the way that I value things. And I'm not talking about the van stories, guys. We're not going there tonight. Right, Miss Heichman? I've been involved with a lot of successes here, and I've reminisced over the years, and I've tried to reconstruct and recreate a lot of those feelings in the classroom with my students, with my players, as well as with my own children. And one of the first things that I learned, the great deal that I didn't forget about that team setting, happened on the basketball court. And I remember we were going out and we were practicing, and anybody in here that remembers Terry Cox, well, when Terry Cox threw the ball, when it got there, you knew it. And I remember thinking that it was like a missile coming at you, and I missed it. And needless to say, I remember DJ Litton, Miss Mapp, DJ Litton pats me on the back. I felt the compassion, and then I heard, "You'll catch it next time." And I did. So the team setting of the value of the compassion, but also of the expectation that I had to do my part, and that people were expecting me to do my part, and that I could not let them down. Those were all very valuable lessons that I learned here at Bridgewater. As far as camaraderie, the 85, 86 volleyball teams, it was untouched. I took away some very special memories from them. I think when we finally clicked, we learned we all needed each other. We needed each other from the managers and the trainers, whether it was Judy and Leslie, all the way down from the big hitters of the Jennifers to the Sharon, Dorita, the Beth, all the way to the Wendy's who were cheering us and always there for us, whether it was in practice, on the games, and making sure that we were always felt that we were doing okay, and if we weren't, they were there to let us know that as well. When we finally put it together, and we were able to engage in that old tradition of ringing that bell in Memorial Hall, the first thing we had to do is not kill each other getting out of the van. Then the second thing is we were pretty good of waiting once we did try to kill each other getting out of the van up there so everybody could ring the bell. All of those are special memories that I take away from Bridgewater, and I hope that many more people are able to have those opportunities. Now, everything that I've talked to have actually would lead to two people, and those two people are sitting down here, Miss Mapp and Miss Heichman. They have dedicated their lives not just to me, but probably a good portion of us in this room as teachers and coaches. They have been the epitome of role models for us all. Loyalty and dedication was passed down from generation to generation, and I'm hoping that I will continue to be able to pass that down. They have been honored by being put in the coach's corner. Didn't get to be there, but I hear it was a wonderful experience. And they are still out in the community doing things here at Bridgewater, even attending Bridgewater events now. They have showed us that the whole BC family was very important. They brought in sayings. They brought from Coach Whitelow. They brought in exercises from Coach Spencer. All of those people, in turn, touched our lives of talking to us, asking how things went, encouraging us, and I will never forget that. They even taught us that all the people. Jenny Huffer used to do our laundry. She would work hard and put it all out. I remember all those people and how important they were at the time. Needless to say, these two women have been inspirational in leading Susan Darrow, Susan Phillips, DJ Litton, and the list could go on and on and on. The Heishman Map legacy will continue as I strive to be the example that I observed from both of these women as a coach, a teacher, and a mother. In closing, I'll say, Miss Mapp, you were always right when you said you can go a little faster, a little harder, and a little longer. As we were playing, I remember faintly, well, actually I remember it vividly, one of the Radford players, who was Division I, we were Division III, asked me, she says, don't you guys ever slow down? And my answer was just no, and I kept running. And then we always talked about it was that Miss Mapp said, they may beat us on the scoreboard, but they won't beat us up and down that court. And she was right, they didn't. Ms. Heishman, I remember thinking it was unusual, as when you were upset with us, you would look us all dead straight in the eye, and you would say, remember, you've got to give it the old BC try. By the time I was a senior, I was using that same phrase of telling people we had to give it the old BC try. I want to thank you and a lot of the people in the room for the blessing that you're bestowing upon me today.